As I travel around and have an opportunity to work with college students and businessmen and women around the country, I love meeting Catholics because, Catholics believe all the right stuff. They believe in the Blessed Trinity. They believe in heaven and hell. They believe that Jesus Christ is the Savior of the world. But sometimes we Catholics, we kind of act like people who don't believe any of those things. Kind of walk through life, it's hard. You talk to Catholics, it's like they just finished a half of basketball. Like, how's that Catholic thing going for you? You're like, it's exhausting. So heavy. Always Lent. You're like, I'm not sure it's supposed to be that way. I mean, don't get me wrong, life can be tough. But actually, it would seem as though if we were living in union with Christ, that actually our attitude might be a little bit different. I mean, Jesus was aware of the problems. He told us, in the world, you will find tribulations. But take courage, I've overcome the world. There's an attitude of joy which should triumph over the difficulties. And I want to take just a look at as far as I know, the shortest parable in the Scriptures to begin our reflection tonight. The shortest parable in the Scriptures comes in Matthew chapter 13. It's just a single verse. In Matthew 13, there are 7 parables. And I love the first one that I'm going to share with you. It's from 13:44. In Matthew 13:44, Jesus tells us about the kingdom, and he says this. He says, the kingdom of heaven is like a treasure hidden in a field, which a man found, and he hid. And for joy over it, he went and sold all that he had. Period. That's the end of the parable. You've heard it before. What strikes me about that parable is that we know all the words, but I think sometimes we get them out of order. We find ourselves, I think, sometimes as Catholics saying, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do all the work so that I could find the treasure so that I could have joy. But that's actually not what the parable said. The parable says you find the treasure first. Then you experience joy. Then you sell all your stuff so that you can have the treasure. And see, I think if we get this right, and I hope you've tasted moments of this, if we get this right, then all of a sudden life becomes not only bearable, but it actually becomes a game to be played so that we can win. I think the guy who found the treasure and for joy went and sold all he had, in my mind I kind of think about it, I kind of think he's walking around going, want to buy a cell phone? Seriously, I got an iPad too. I got a car, I'll sell you anything. Really, make me an offer. Because he knows that if he can just get rid of his stuff, he could buy the field and gain the treasure. There's not real sense of loss because he knows in the long run, he's really the great winner. He is the great winner because he's already discovered the treasure.